These are in listen-only mode.
Hey everyone, Ryan Hauser here. Let me know if you guys can see the screen and hear me. Sorry guys, I kind of got a sore throat. I took some stuff the other day. Well, you're supposed to drink it with water, so it's like roughened up my throat. So we'll try to figure something out. Right. Hello, Richard and Devin. Cool, cool. All right. Can you guys? Oh wait, can see and hear just fine. Okay, cool. All right. Oh man, sorry, I've been so crazy busy trying to answer everything about Ormius and all the questions, and still trying to provide training and crap like that. So it's just been crazy. So I haven't really had time to take a breather yet until this webinar. But anyways, excited to hear about the Ormius adventures. Yeah. So guys, I can't say enough about Ormius as far as where they're headed. I mean, just the proof's in the pudding. I mean, there's been some big companies now just stop what they're doing and completely bring over the entire organization into Ormius because they just know they can't touch them. Um, excuse me. One of the biggest things that you guys need to understand is just the mining contract and the fact that this company doesn't need the members. Not only wrong, obviously the members' money's great, um, but with the structure, I mean, they just don't need the money. Like when you have a system in place. You have contracts already. You're already doing it. So it's not even like they're trying to get into, they're not like these other companies that claim they're mining and whatever, like even usi-tech, for instance. And don't get me wrong, I'm not thrashing usi-tech, but like they need the members' money. They need the members' money to set up the mining and stuff that they're doing. Where with Ormius, they've got the mining already set up. And now what they're doing is they take 40% of the money coming in from mining and buying new equipment. Excuse me. There's a um, and they're ahead of schedule. John had already put in a video with numbers and projections, yada yada, and he even claimed in the video and stuff they're very conservative, very conservative. Well, obviously, because they're already passing them now, and I don't even think that video is a month old. So it's just unbelievable, guys. I mean, shit. The damn coin is worth $5 or $4 right now, and it was 50 cents before I left. It was actually 40 cents at one point. But guys, I've seen so much money in those rooms, like with these guys and these Koreans and other guys from all over the world that just have huge teams. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of people in their teams. And they're all basically jumping on board with Ormius. So it's definitely something you want to get involved with if you're not. You definitely want to get in at the highest point. Now, guys, this is just an opinion, of course. But I bet Ormius coin is going to be minimum $100 first year. I just really think it. I don't see how it cannot get there. Just the fact that it went up over 10 times in 1 week. But the fact that the more Ormius gets out, you guys got to understand, they started their members in Korea. Well, they got everything ready, and they've been working on this for years. And, you know, and now that we get it all out, the more that you have people coming in, the more that you have these success stories, the more that you see the coin value rising, the more that you see the trader working, people getting paid, the money that's coming in, the more you hear about all of the mining that they're coming into, or pardon me, that they're purchasing. Guys, it is just freaking insane, and it's going to snowball like a mofo. And when that happens, obviously the coin is going to increase in value. Um, Guys, I mean, they're like a year away. I mean, 3 years tops, but a year away of being the number one mining company. So, I mean, it's just pretty cool. There's just no way around it. So, I've never been in more confident in marketing somebody else's product. And when I went there with the mindset I kind of wanted to pick it apart. And I put myself out there. I mean, I'm not as outgoing as somebody might think. I'm pretty introverted. And so usually when I go to these events, I actually don't really talk to a whole lot of people. I go there to get the information and whatever, but I kind of shy away from people just because I'm always at the point, there's just a lot of people that there's just a lot of real beginners at some of the events that I go to, which they shouldn't be at those events. You know what I mean? Like they're more advanced events. And then I just get tired of not getting the information. Well, I said, screw it. If I'm going to Hong Kong, I'm going to put myself out there. And I did. And I started talking to people. And I'm telling you guys, the more I questioned, the more I found it. I never got I don't know. I never got a bullshit answer. I got legitimate just stuff. And then talking to Bob Steele was just awesome. Like, guys, if people are mining, he knows who's mining. And he wouldn't say what companies. He did obviously state that majority of companies that claim they're mining are not mining. And the ones that are, and some of the ones that even are mining, they're not mining anywhere near what they're saying they're mining. And so to hear him tell me some things, obviously some stuff I've got stake in, whether stuff is coming legit or not, was pretty good, pretty reassuring. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to say that I'm keeping usi-tech in here. It's great for people that cannot afford Ormeus, and that way you guys will still make your commissions. And to answer one of your guys' questions in an email, yeah, I did buy, 30,000. I bought 50,000 tokens, so $30,000 worth in usi-tech. And no, I'm not going to be buying any more. But I did buy them. Do I think I'm going to make my money on them? Yes, I do. And I think, it's going to be good money. I mean, guys, think about it. When you go into that package, you're basically getting it for 7.5 cents. So even if it goes to trading at 50 cents, you're still going to make some decent money. Whether it will ever get like a BitConnect, I don't know. I don't know. What is wrong with me? So yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, obviously, but guys, they're Ormeus is just where to be, in my opinion. I don't really have a bad for it. There was nothing negative I found out about it other than, damn, I wish the coin didn't go up already. I wish I could be telling people to go get the coin at 40 and 50 cents. Guys, the plan was at opening day to have the coin between 35 and 50 cents. And then when it started shooting up, John's like, what the heck? So John actually tried to manipulate it to get the price down on the ribbon cutting day. And I can't remember how many Bitcoin he said he threw at it, but he said it didn't make a dent. And so he's not going to keep trying because he doesn't want to have, more coin in the circulations than what is supposed to be coming in through Ormeus. So, guys, there's just too much money involved. There's just no way around it. Excuse me. What the hell? I swear I haven't yawned all day, and now I've just yawned like 10 times. But then I haven't been talking either. So, anyways, how can we buy Orme coin? Okay, well, first of all, you get Orme coin with, and guys, by the way, there's two names for it. I mean, people call it Orm, and then people call it Orme, so whatever you want. There's two ways to buy it. First of all, you get it with your packages. So depending on what package, depends on how many coins you get. And then secondly, you can go buy it. And you can go onto the exchange. You just grab it here and put it up. Cryptopia. Actually, you know what? Wait a sec, guys. Because I just seen some. I don't know what the benefits will be, but I'm pretty sure I get an affiliate link. Let me give you this affiliate link. I have no idea what it does. Maybe it just gives me less fees, so please use it. I'll give you the link. Create that. I think I might just maybe limit some of my fees on my trading or something. So yeah, definitely use it. I just sent you it. But guys, you create an account here. And then all you do is you can add some Bitcoin to it. And then you just go search Orme. go here to exchange. Okay, type in Orme right here, click on it. Okay, and then you can do right here, you can just go in and buy. If you have Bitcoin in your account, you can go set up a buy. Okay, so what's it at right now? This is kind of a weird chart, but last price was 468. So that's probably like 390-ish right now is what it's going for. It basically fluctuates like right now between like, well, I think I even seen it as low as 373, but see 373 to 420, 430-ish is what it's kind of been fluctuating between. So guys, excuse me, my strategy for here would be, because let me just grab another link real quick for you guys. If you go right here, take this link. So here's a link to kind of help you guys. The hell, why won't it let me do that now? Let me know if you guys got that link real quick, just because for some reason now it just pushed me out. Whoops. Okay, link came through good. Okay. Damn, why is that not working? Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to send another one to all. Now this one here is where you can see what Ormeus coin is in dollars, so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So click that link. So right now it's at 384. So you can see the price here. Now, if you guys look down here, see there's only $1.2 million going right now. There was as high as 5 million going the one day. It's been about 2 the last day or two. So the volume in going there. And here's the thing, guys, is people aren't wanting to sell the coin is the problem. But you can go get some people. Some people will buy. Some people got in, cheaper, say 50 cents a dollar. They're already willing to take profit. So you guys can buy it. But here's the strategy I would take, because, guys, it's up here. So who knows? I just got another hater on the email here. Who is that? Oh, they don't email with an email. Anyways, let's see. We got 384. What was I saying? I wouldn't go spend all the money that you have in it right now. I would go put some in. I would leave some in the bank for the simple fact, if it goes down, then you want to buy in more. Like, that's the strategy that so many people don't do. And what they do is when it goes down, they sell. Okay. And then they're at a loss. And then that's why they just keep losing money. No, if you're going to go buy Orme right now, save some money so that if it ever dropped, you buy more. And then if it drops more, you buy more. Don't buy if it just drops 30, 40 cents. I'm saying, like, if it happened to go down, like, say, I don't know, let's just say it went all the way down to $2 or something. Okay, well then boom, go in and buy more. Because the fact is, you cannot lose money here unless you sell at a loss. And what I mean by that, if you have any type of belief that this coin will ever get to $5, which it already has been, well, then why would you ever sell it to, even at 50 cents? Even if it went all the way back down to 50 cents, why would you sell what you bought at 382? You wouldn't. You shouldn't, but people do. But that's why they lose money and they don't ever have it. And then when it goes up, they don't have it. So what you do is you buy in now, because, yes, you got to buy in a little bit. If you don't buy in a little bit, well, then what do you do if this hits $6, $7, $8 and never comes back to you? You see what I'm saying? You could have doubled your money. The fact that there's a chance this could go to $100 in its first year, you're 30 times your money right now, whatever you put in right now. And then, yes, if it goes down more, you just buy in more, and then that way you just have that many more coin, and you're buying in your lower price range. So let's just say you bought 1,000 coin, cost you $3,800, and say it went all the way down to $2. All right, well, buy another 1,000 coin. Okay, now your price, what happened there? Now your price is not 384. Now your price is 290 for all your coin. Say it got to $1, then you bought more. You know what I'm saying? It just lowers your price. And then if it gets to 100, you just make it that much more money. But when you're not on margin and the value is going to go up, regardless of how much it goes down, it's kind of like Bitcoin. No matter what, when it drops $500, $600 in a day, people sell and they panic. And if you're not on margin, you shouldn't be selling or panicking because you know Bitcoin's going up. Like, guys, Bitcoin is probably going to hit 11,000 before Christmas. And I feel really, really bad for the people that buy at 11,000 because there's a chance we could do a huge retracement. Now, to be honest with you, on the whole Bitcoin thing, a little off topic, don't bank, guys, on a huge retracement. Obviously, we're going to get them, but there is so much damn money coming into cryptocurrency now, and I'm telling you, for Bitcoin to hit 11 grand, there's going to be so much more money in that a lot of the so-called rules are kind of going to be a thing of the past, if you know what I'm saying. So what I mean is, instead of a retracement, that long curve, after we've completed five waves, normally you'll have that real long retracement. Our retracement could be an impulse retracement of a day or two, and then boom, we're already starting a whole new set again. I mean, there's just so damn much money in the game now. I mean, guys, look up here. 246 billion. Now, you guys got to understand, it wasn't, I bet 2 weeks to 3 weeks ago, this hadn't hit 100 yet. And now, I mean, so we have the compounding effect, and this stuff is just going to go nuts. For any of you guys in altcoins, if you're kind of losing a little bit on altcoins, you have two choices. One, wait it out. And two, you can go buy in more if the price is drastically lower. Don't buy in if the price is just a little bit lower. But if the price goes drastically, buy in lower. But then wait it out, guys, because I'm telling you, like, for instance, my altcoins today is second day. Actually, yesterday it did as well. Is the first time. Let me just double check here, see if it's still that way. Yeah, so I've got, wait, let me open up more of them. Okay, I've got every one but one of them in a positive return today. The highest one's 15.6. I got a 15.3, a couple 12.5s, some 5.7s, a 7, some 4s and 3s. I only have one at -2. So, what is that one? Oh, shit. I got so little coin in that one. It's not even funny. I won't tell you guys what I was doing because I'm only testing it to see if it works. But if it works, I'm going to share it with you guys. But I actually bought into some coin I have nothing, no knowledge about, nothing. But I just used a little kind of a sort of idea, I guess would be the word for it, to see if it's a way to kind of get advantage for people with little money and stuff. And we'll see if it works. But anyways, so that one coin's the only one at -2. But I mean, guys, you got to understand that one I only put in like 0.05 Bitcoin. So -2 is like nothing. But anyways, so as you can see, the altcoins are already starting to come alive. And I'm telling you, there's some pretty big gains that are about to start coming here on some of these altcoins. Let me just get through a couple comments here real quick on Ormeus. Because, guys, remind me, I want to talk to you about how to decide where to put your money in, because I'm not 100% sure a lot of people understand this, and it's something that we need to go over. So let me just go through. Okay, yes, it did come through. Good, yes. I already have an account with Cryptopia. Perfect. Okay. Did somebody delete a comment in here? Because I thought there was a question and I hadn't answered it yet. Are you guys able to do that? Did anybody post a question about Ormeus and not delete? No, Greg says no, you can't delete, but damn. Well, am I dreaming things? What the hell? No, I don't even know. Well, wait a sec. Okay, somebody can delete because what is going on here? I don't even have, whoever asked if you can buy Orme, that question's not even in here. So guys, if you answered a question, oh, there's a delete button here. Do you think I accidentally deleted that? I doubt it. Anyways, guys, if there was a question I haven't answered yet, you're going to have to ask it. I have no questions, and I know there was some in here. And I have a delete button by mine, so I don't know if I got into something. But I got delete buttons on the left, which I've never noticed until now. So maybe somehow I accidentally did something. So anyways, yeah, you're going to have to answer your questions. I don't have any more in there now. They just went away. So, okay, where to put your money? For instance, and guys, this is just a judgment call. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I want you to know how to think where to put your money. Because, for instance, if you have $1,000 and you're wanting to invest $1,000 and you have a good hunch that over the next month and a half, Bitcoin's going to jump to 11 grand. I mean, obviously, guys, it's just a hunch. It's your feeling. Obviously, we're reading the charts. Everything shows that's the way it's going to go. A lot of experts. I mean, guys, think about it. Just if that one guy, what was his name? Chris something. No, what's his name? Cliff. I don't know. Anyways, he claimed Bitcoin to 13,000 by February. So obviously, there's a good chance it got to hit 11 by the end of the month. But regardless, if you guys are thinking that Bitcoin is going to go to 11 grand by a month and a half, you got to do the percentage. Okay, so for it to get there, what percent of an increase does it have to get there? So right now, Bitcoin's at like $8,200. And guys, there's been actually lots of little money here to be making, like with like $100 and $200 swings. It's kind of been fun. But so 8,200. Let's see, what 30% of that would put us at like 10.6. So that's close enough. So like 32, 33%. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Cliff High was the guy. So you're having a feeling that Bitcoin's going to go to 32%, up 32% in a month and a half. So for you to go put your money into altcoins, okay, and not on margin, okay, you need to be putting them in with altcoins that you think are going to be going up more than 32% in that month and a half, or you're better off just leaving your money in the Bitcoin. Does that make sense? So, and then guys, it's a tough call. It really is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think about it every freaking day. So what I mean is like, um, if you just left your money, now I'm not saying even trade Bitcoin. I'm saying leave your money in Bitcoin. Like you just leave it in Bitcoin instead of saying converting it into some of the altcoins to trade. If you just left it in Bitcoin, I mean, you're going to get 32%, say, if it gets to 11 grand. If you, of course, trade Bitcoin, obviously, then fine, you're just still trading. And as long as you're making money, then you're just adding to your increase. All right. But you guys got to understand that when Bitcoin impulses in which goes up in value and has huge gains, altcoins on it, as a general rule, go down in value. Okay. Um, so that's kind of where your tough call is. Now, if you're in altcoins, you don't go, obviously, I wouldn't go sell for losses unless you are selling for such a small loss. And then obviously, in the Bitcoin, it's going to go up in value. Do you know what I mean? Like you just really got to manage your investments. But at the same time, you should not have everything in one basket. Okay. And so anyways, that's kind of all I got to say about it. Like you guys, everybody has to make their own decision on that. I can't really go tell you guys what to do. For instance, I've got what now? So I just took another 2.5 Bitcoin out of my altcoins. So I've only got like 3.24 Bitcoin. Now, I'm not including Ormeus here. Just in a Bitrex account that happens to be on my screen right now, I have 3.24 Bitcoin in that. So see, I could take that 3.2 Bitcoin out, and at 30%, say I'll get me one more Bitcoin. Okay, and that's with all of the that's estimated value, guys. It's not like I have the Bitcoin sitting in there. I'm saying that's how much Bitcoin right now I currently have under like 15 altcoins. All right, but I'm not taking that out. Some of them are at a loss, some of them are at a gain. But my thinking is like over the long haul, by January, I'll have made over 30% return on some of these altcoins. So it's just kind of one of those things like you can't nickel and dime it to death because you don't know where the market's going to go on what coin. For instance, my library coin was up like 35%, like how many days in a row? And then it went for like 3 or 4 days where it was going like down 7 to 10. Now today it's sitting at plus 12.5 again. I've been in the profit the whole damn time. Could I have sold it double? I should have. Yeah, maybe, because then I could have bought in when it dipped. The fact is, you guys don't know that. So as usual, it's just the same. It goes with everything. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you're better off hedging into multiple currencies. So guys, remind me to tell you some things that I confirmed with John, and these responses that he gave me knows that it was 100% legit. So one sec here. Just going to refresh that, see if it ever changes, goes up or down. Let me get to this one. I think I'd have brought water up here if my throat's killing me. It would be great if you could go over how to use trend lines. Yeah, shit, I ain't on that damn computer. I had a computer lined up and the battery just fried on me. So I can't use BitMEX on this computer. I can't get you. Um, okay, but let's go into some of that. That's off topic of where I was. Let me just think. There's one more thing I want to say. Let me just talk about the John thing real quick and then we'll go into that. Because I can still show you actually without a live chart. Um, John. So I started talking to him, dude. What a good guy. And then, of course, and don't get me wrong, it's not like he didn't ever say no to any of my questions. He would answer them sober, no problem. The key is, I mean, guys, there was, so many people there that all wanted a piece of him, and more or less to, touch his hands and get pictures with him. Not really to. It was amazing to me how many people were in that room and had no even desire to ask John a trading question. And I'm like, are you effing kidding me? You've got one of the best traders in the world, and you're just going to say hi, rub his butt a bit, and take his picture, and you're fine. You're going to run off and just tell everybody you met John. I just couldn't believe it, but it was everywhere. Like, I guarantee you, I asked the most questions about trading. And if I didn't have other people around me, which were really pissing me off, and people I was there with ish, um, butting in to try to talk like they know something and kept interrupting while I'm talking to John. Guys, that is such a big pet peeve of mine because these people that talk like they know shit, the reason they don't is because they don't listen to the people they should listen to because they would rather try to impress instead of listening. I really didn't care if John thought I was a complete idiot as long as he just kept talking. And of course, as we talked, he, obviously had his conclusion that I'm not with the questions that I was asking. So then I was getting even better answers from him. So, guys, have that as a lesson. I'm telling you, like, I mean, those people that always have to try to impress you or talk like they know something and promise to do everything for you, and then nothing really comes to fruition. I mean, those are those people that they're not just trying to convince you; they're trying to convince themselves. And when you're in a situation like this, you don't want to be around them there because they're just going to take your precious time away. I mean, come on. Do you not think John's worth some money? Guys, you have no idea. That little company account that you guys get to see that's at what, 12 million? Jeez. He's got quite a few personal accounts and some with the software and some without the software. And let me just tell you, that guy is choking on currency. Like, it is unbelievable. So, some of the questions I asked him, I basically told him I have two accounts that I trade with Bitcoin. What is his strategy on multiple accounts? I asked him, same with altcoins. Then I asked him about ICOs. I said, because here's my thinking is like with these altcoins, I mean, the better when I can get them at their good price, to me, it's good to like diversify. And then even with ICOs, like if I buy 15 in one hit, and he stopped me right there. And he just points at me and laughs. He says, that's exactly the ticket. He says, if one hits like ICOs hit, it'll cover 20 ICOs that went bad. And if you're in 20, if you have any kind of knowledge, he says, I'm not saying just go out on the internet, type ICOs and buy, but like do a little bit of research and whatever you feel are good. He says, you're not going to have 19 out of 20 go bad. You might have one that's a major winner. Yeah, but that'll profit everything. But you could have 3, 5, 6, 7, even 10 that, 5 or 10x the money that you put in. And he says, yeah, but that's where your biggest money is. He says, you get into that stuff. As for multiple accounts, yes, he has multiple accounts. Of course he does. Because, and this is one thing the reason I created the account, because if you happen to get in a trade that's not so favorable for you, okay, you can go in and you can kind of buy your spot down, all right, when it's at the low. But guys, you guys know if you've done any kind of trading, say you're 100,000 contracts in Bitcoin, you're in margin, even if it's a little margin, and Bitcoin drops like 200. First of all, you're stressed like a mofo. Okay. Second of all, it dips $200. It kind of flags out, but you're scared that it's going to keep going down. So you're scared if you go in and buy another 100,000, okay, that, oh, geez, now what if it goes down? What if it flagged out, but now it's going to still drop? So you don't buy in. And then it starts going up, and then you're like, but is this temporary? This is temporary. Should I buy in? Should I double in? Should I double in? Should I double? Oh, well, shoot. Now it's went up too much. I shouldn't double in because now it's too close to my other one. And then what if it goes down? Now I have 200,000 down. I mean, guys, how many of you have been there? Okay, but when you have that second account, so basically my point is you don't ever double down. You either sell out and lose money, or you wait it out and now you don't make any money until it crosses what you got in at. So that $200 fluctuation, you made nothing on because you were too scared to double down. But your second account, well, you can go in there and you can put that money in when it hit that low. Why? You're starting off from fresh there. Okay, so even if it goes down, and then on that one, you just set yourself a stop loss. So if you do it on a negative and it goes back down again, it stops out. And then say it jumps back down, now you go back in there. And so say it went down another 200. Now you go in there again and in that other account, and now you're starting from scratch. You're making profit on that whole ride up until you catch your second account. So anyways, there's benefits to having that on a margin side. On an altcoin side, it's a little bit different of a story. It does play out the same in a sense. Like for instance, in an altcoin, if you have a separate account, so say here, let's just use Orme real quick. Let's just say you have one account here and you're trading Orme, and you just bought Orme at $3.84, and then just say it dropped all the way down to $2. Now you have two options. You can go double down at $2 and bring your price to $2.90, or you double down in a new account at $2. Now, granted, that's the same thing. Okay, guys, if it went all the way back up to 384, you will have made the same money. The same money if you doubled down here or if you just had a different account at $2. If you sold them both out at 384, you'd have made the same money. The difference is there's a chance, for instance, if this ever dropped down to $2, it might go to 3, back down to 250, back up to 310, back down to 250, back up to 350, back down to 250, back up to 380. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you buy in on a separate account at $2, well, guess what? It gets up to $3. Sell it, and then make that dollar profit, because look, you're sitting right here at it's only 84 cents, and now say it drops back down to 2, then go buy in, but now you're going to buy in with more. Goes back up to 3, sell it. My point is now you've already made more money in the other account than you would lose selling this out at $2. And so that's that benefit, where if you just double down here, well, now your price is at 290. So when it jumps up to say 280, and then it starts to have a downtrend, you don't have an option to sell for a profit. You've got to wait it out. So you got to wait a whole other downtrend and wait for it to come all the way back up again. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why you want to have multiple accounts. Guys, you don't have to have a ton of money in multiple accounts, but I'm telling you, it's just a smarter way to trade. The other benefit, it does stop those that have little money. Say you have 5 Bitcoin and you're to trade on one Bitcoin account, one BitMEX, and you're trading margin or whatever. I mean, you have power with margin to go in even at deals you shouldn't be going into. You know what I mean? Like doubling, changing margin, whatever. Oh shit! Now if it goes, because I'm telling you guys, if you trade margin now, you better get damn good at doing stop losses, because the more money that comes into this game, the more fluctuations we have. And I'm telling you guys that my opinion, when we get to $50,000, you're going to have a $10,000 swing in a day. I'm just saying. I really think we will. I mean, come on, we're having 10% swings all the time. So why not have a 10% swing would be $5,000 in one day? Well, there ain't no margin out there that's going to cover you on $5,000. You see what I'm saying? So You need to learn stop losses, so you might as well learn them now. Because if you guys have done any trading, you know damn well it feels so much better being in the green than being in the red. So let me get on this. So how many accounts do I trade in? So I'm not as diversified as I am. To be honest with you guys, more Ryan University, it just paralyzes me really. Um, I would make so much more money if I just did my trading. There's just no way around it. I did these Wednesday webinars, signals, and that's it. I walked away from Ryan U. I mean, I'm not going to, but so when I teach something, I'm not always practicing what I preach. However, I have two altcoin accounts. I have two BitMEX margin accounts. I've only yet got one cryptocurrency or what the hell is it called? It's right in front of my screen here. Cryptopia accounts. I don't personally like Cryptopia. I don't like the charting of it. I don't like the lack of tools in it. There's just a lot about it that I don't like. I've only have it because Ormeus is on there right now. Ormeus has its deadline, and I believe it's like less than 2 weeks away. And to where John has to submit all the numbers, meaning what's in circulation, etc. That's the only thing that's reason why they're not in Bitrex and all the other ones yet. So anyways, when that happens, it'll be in there. And then to be honest with you, I won't use Cryptopia again, probably, unless I just get some stupid signal about an altcoin that just doesn't happen to be in Bitrex or anywhere else. Obviously, then I'll use it. But as far as for it's just a pain in my ass. Like it really is to trade in, to get any really good reads, in my opinion, anyways. So that's what I have. I have two Bitrexes. I don't talk about, I have a couple Bitfinexes and stuff, but I don't go use them. So there's no point in telling you about them. And actually, I just heard they may be having some withdrawal issues. Because if you're in the States, you can't deposit or withdrawal after November 15th, which just passed. So anyways, so yeah, I got two BitMEXes and two Bitrexes and a Cryptopia. That's all I trade on. Right now, I happen to be trading both, and I don't usually do this, but I have both trading similarly on BitMEX right now for Bitcoin, just because it's been really easy reads. I've just been kind of going in small and then waiting for it, and then if it dips, I'm just doubling down. So I'm knowing it's really strong as to where we're headed, and until it shows me anything different, I've just been doing lots of little $200 wins, waiting for it to come back down. But I'm only selling 50% of my holdings. And then when it comes back down, I buy in more at 50%, which then lowers my price if it lowers past my original. You'll see what I'm saying? So like I'm going in. If it goes up, great. If it goes up a lot, there's a good chance it's coming back down. So what I'll do is where I think it's going to hit, I'll sell off 50%. I don't even wait for it to retrace. I just sell off 50%. If it goes up more and it just takes off, well, I've still got half my bid in there. But then if it retraces like what it's doing, like every few hours, it comes back down to me. And if it flags out where I'm at, then I'll wait. When it starts to take off, I'll buy in more. But if it goes past me, I'll wait till it's done going past, flags out a bit, and then I go double back down. Now I'm in for the same amount, and yet I've now lowered my price down. And I've been doing it with both accounts, but with one account, I go in with a little bit less. And so my point is the reason I've done that is because then when it goes back down, I go in a little bit more and bring that account lower. So for example, my accounts right now, even though I started the same, one account is a buy-in is at, oh wait, I'm reading the wrong one. Oh, my bad. I forgot. I did a trail stop on the one and it stopped out. So the one is actually at 0. I just happened to have a set buy that I thought I was in the trade at. So, and here's another thing that I do, guys. So what I've been doing on these trades, which is a technique. So here's one thing that I've been messing around with, because the simple fact, guys, and I'm sure you've been there. When you're trading, okay, so say you buy in at 8,000 and it goes all the way up to 8,300, but you know, hey, there's a chance we're going to 11 grand. You want to stay in, you want to do that ride. But then that 8,300 turns into 7,900. And you're just like, son of a bee. I could have just made a half a Bitcoin had I sold at 8,300. or whatever. Okay. And the fact is, you just don't know. But yeah, the fact is, we could go up and down 7, 8 times before we do another breakout to 9 grand or something. And so what I've started doing, because that was happening to me a lot, and I was like, dude, why am I just throwing that money away because I'm so greedy, waiting for the big hit? And so what I've started to do is I set my buy, and when it starts to go up, I will do 50% at a trail stop at, depending on which account I'm on, I do 45 and 55. Okay. What that means is the highest price that it goes up to before it starts to come down, whenever it drops 45 or 55, whatever I have it set, it'll sell off that amount. So I'll put 50% at that. And then the other 50%, I will just put at a sell. And I will pick where I think it's going to peak. I kind of just look at the charts and see, and I'm like, there's a chance if whatever, and I'll put it as a sell. And then I'll just let those things ride. And then sometimes my trail stop triggers. That's all right. It made me money. Well, that was on a retrace back down where I'm buying back in at a better price anyways. Sometimes my maximum one will hit, but then my trail stop hasn't hit yet because it hasn't went down at least 55. And so then it keeps riding up to the maximum till it hits and drops back down 55. And I get another win. And then when it comes, do you see what I'm saying? So I've just divided up my wins to at least ensure that I'm always going to get a win, because I got tired of being in so heavily and nice on a $300 gain just to not be around the computer or whatever, and then come back to a $350 retrace to where I just left all that money sitting out there on the table. So I hope that was understandable to you guys. All right, answered that. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, I'm closing. What's the one thing we? Okay, wait. I'm closing. I'm closing. What's the one thing we should definitely do before next Wednesday? Get into Ormus. I can't tell you how much now is better than in a week, and now is better than 2 weeks, and now is better than a month. Um, guys, obviously I don't own Ormius, but there's no company ever, 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 ever that did everything backwards like this. What did Ormius do? They made themselves massively profitable before they got members. I mean, John put in 10 million of his own money. Well, or you get guys like all of these other ones where they collect members and they use all those members' money to try to buy mining machines and then try to catch up before it dies out. And Ormius is the only one that has done it differently, and they are on such a freaking momentum battle, or not battle. It's not the word. Momentum movement that it's unstoppable right now. And even just talking to that mining guy was unbelievable. The information that I was getting from him, and he couldn't say enough about freaking Ormius and how they've done it, how they're mining, the power contract, the fact that they got contracts signed with a power company that puts them at rates well below most miners. Guys, you got to understand, with mining, there's so many people mining, but yet there's nobody in leverage but mining. There's going to be a time, guys, where there's only 3 or 4 companies mining Bitcoin. It's just the way it is. Because you just have to get so damn efficient, because when the more Bitcoin gets, the more expensive it costs to mine, the more that it drops in value, the less profit that's in there. And the little guys are just going to get weeded out. For instance, you used to be able to go buy like a little S9, S7 Antminer and make a little bit of profit running it at your home, and you can't do that no more. You're just not going to get any profit out of them. But even with the so-called makeshift, I'm decent at mining, you just can't do it. You have to. The big boys have the power, and that's unfortunate. It's the way the world is. But in this case, it doesn't really matter as far as for you, as far as the price of Bitcoin. But when you have a company that you're able to invest into that's going to be one of those players, that is already one of those players, well, yeah, you obviously want to invest in it. I mean, guys, you know what? So I haven't put it on another account. Let me see who's all on here real quick. okay, you know what? I can't do it. But guys, so anyways, here's all I'm going to say. Guys, I need to know that I have your 100% privacy when we're in these webinars. I'm going to be sending you a video that we're not supposed to be letting out. It's out there. It's just I don't know if you could find it. It's you know what? I should probably just do that, and that way it's not even me. 1 second, because you guys maybe even have seen it, but I actually uploaded it to my channel, a better version of it. But then I was told. So Javier, guys, if you ever hear of Javier Enormous, he's the compliance dude. So he's very strict on compliance because, like I said, he doesn't want any problems with Ormius, and that's kind of his job. However, he's one of those guys, let's just say that's the perfect job for him. So he's completely anal in a million ways. So I had a good chat with him as well. It was so funny. I had Urban introduce me to him so that I'd instantly get some credit, assuming he wouldn't know who I was. And oh, I should tell you guys about that. It was kind of a little ego boost when I was there. It was kind of funny. But anyways, so I go in there and talk, and he introduced me. I say, hey, I just want to talk to you about some compliance. It's, yeah, I mean, like, what can we do, whatever. And we just started talking, and he started saying stuff. And he said, oh, what? He says, oh, what's, and then it was like really quick, like within the first minute. And then he'd ask my name, and I'm like, oh, I'm Ryan Hauser. And he goes, oh, you're Ryan Hauser. You're a pain in my ass, or something he says. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because he's had me delete 2 videos. And he says, well, you need to keep them password and protect. I said, dude, they're completely unlisted on YouTube. And he says, well, you need to make them private. And I said, dude, private, nobody can see them. Well, then unlisted. I said, that's what I have them at. So he's kind of spinning his wheels. And anywho, I started talking to him about compliance and stuff. And basically, guys, like, to be honest with you, you can only really use the Ormius presentations. For you to go redo it in your own words is pretty well going to get attacked by him. So I've got some workarounds and stuff to do. But like, for instance, when you're in my membership as a member, obviously I can get around some things. I'll obviously have some disclaimers, etc. So, I mean, I'm still able to do my big webinar funnel and stuff that I want to do and etc. But where was I going with this one? Oh, so anyways, well, then I mentioned to him, I'm saying, well, dude, John's video's out there. And he just immediately said, yeah, John's video, John didn't expect, he said something like, John didn't expect that video to get, or be videoed or something like that. And I said, pardon me? He was on somebody's webinar knowing it was going out to all their people. You can't tell me he didn't know it was going to get out there. Well, he didn't know that people would call. I said, dude, this is common sense. So anyways, he's trying to get them all down. So I got to show you this video. The whole point of me showing you this video, if I can find it here real quick. If not, I will. Yes, here it is. Oh, yeah. So here's somebody. Let me just make sure.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing?
Yeah, okay.
Litecoin, altcoin, $5 million.
Okay, so
take consideration.
Guys, don't watch this video while we're on the damn webinar. But watch it after this webinar. And I'm going to tell you something that after you watch this presentation, these numbers are extremely conservative. For instance, a lot of the numbers we've already passed. Okay. And for instance, like some of these numbers are based on Bitcoin being at like $5,500, which, as you know, Bitcoin's higher. These are also, the projection is on 15 mining boxes, and they've already signed a contract for 200. Okay. So my point is, you guys can see how much this was scaling and going, but you need to watch this video. And guys, this is all you need to know. This is all you need to know, that why not put your money in someone that doesn't need your money? What's the best way of getting paid back? Giving money to somebody that doesn't damn well need it. If you loan some money to your parent, your brother, and he wanted 10 grand and you knew he had $1 million in his account, and he said to you, give me your 10 grand, I'm going to make it 12. Do you think your money is somewhat safe? You know what I mean? But it's when you go and give your money to somebody that says, give me 10 grand, I'm going to pay you 12. Well, how are you bringing in the money? Well, with your money, I'm going to go buy some mining equipment, try to make it profitable to pay you back. And that's all these other companies that are out there. So anyways, this is a video. If you have seen it, great. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's very conservative on the numbers. And guys, there is certain stuff. He made sure all the cameras were off, but he told numbers different than in here. I mean, he did this presentation, don't get me wrong, but then he put in other words, and he just, let's just say, guys, if this thing goes even half of where he says it's going and where it's already headed, there's just stupid money in here that literally, guys, I'm not kidding you. Every one of you in here can be a millionaire in 2018. I didn't say make 100,000. I said be a millionaire in 2018. So it's just crazy. There's no way around it. All right, let me get to that one question because I'm really sore. I'm not going to be able to last very long here. It's killing me, really. So let me go back up here. You guys are welcome for those saying thank you. How many accounts do you have? And FYI, guys, these Are You Elite videos, I put them in the back office. They are never to be shared. And if anybody shares one, then you get deleted out of Are You completely, not just Are You Elite. I'm very strict on that. So I want this whole group is put together so that I can just talk. I can literally tell you guys everything that's going on, and I don't have to worry about, if I'm told something and saying not really let it out there, that I have to worry about not letting it to at least you guys. Okay, so anyways, it would be great if you could show how to use the trend lines difference. I'm going to show you the quick way. The quick way for you guys to use trend lines so that you get used to doing it this way. There's obviously more advanced ways, but if I show you them right now, you literally are it just overwhelm you. And the quick way works, definitely helps you trade, and it gets you really good at looking at them. So let me try to get in onto BitMEX. I wonder, am I able to draw on the live trading chart here? Yeah, okay. So let me just, come on. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to put on mute for like literally 1 minute. I hate doing this, but I just really have to right now. So I will be right back. 1 second. Okay, guys. A couple other things I just remembered. Hopefully you're still there. Okay, I shouldn't have ran. Out of breath. Two things. Oh, first of all, guys, get in the mindset of not being one of those people that say, "Oh, had I waited, I would have made this much," or whatever. Like, you can't look at it that way. It keeps you in the wrong mindset and will screw up your trading. And basically what you do is on your losses, you just learn from them. But on your missed gains, you got to let them go. You take profit as it is, and if you make a profit, just be happy that you made a freaking profit. Now, on a similar note, one thing I wanted to make sure I told you guys. So here's what John does. Okay, when he's trading on the altcoins, trading any like ICOs. It was mainly discussed during ICOs. But guys, when he's able to double his money, so here's the thing: when he buys in and it goes up, he will sell enough to double his money, and then he just leaves the rest and lets it ride wild for the wild card. See what I'm saying? So if you're in an altcoin at $1 and you buy 1,000 of them, okay, you've got $1,000 in there. If this ICO or this Bitcoin, whatever the hell you're in, goes to say $3 or whatever, if he's able to withdraw $2,000 and still have stuff in there, he takes out the 2,000. Now he's basically riding bank's money, and he lets that ride to see if the ICO is going to come. So if you're into an ICO, for instance, you're buying it before it gets to trading, right? And you're getting it for a substantial deal. For example, usi-tech. usi-tech could go huge, right? Who knows? Let's say it goes to BitConnect. It could go to $280 damn. But guys, it can also flop its first week. So my point is, my package, I buy $30,000 worth, but 50,000 coins, which ended up being whatever the hell it ends up being. But because they double it and double it and double it, I'm ended up with 400,000 coins and I think 7.5 cents a coin. So my point is, excuse me, if it goes and when it gets to the trading market, say it started at 50 cents. Yeah, damn right. I'll be selling enough to get $60,000 out. There's no way around it. And then I'll keep the rest in for the wild card. And I'll tell you, if that wild card pays, great. If it only goes up to say $100 the next day and then plummets down to 10 cents, yes, I will have lost out on a ton of money when it went up to $100 because I didn't sell out, so I was playing for it to go higher, or even $10 or even $3. But the fact is, I doubled my money, guys. And just think about it. How many times do you want to double your money and before you start thinking, hey, that was just a good deal? For instance, you know, my Ormus coin, like I'm literally wanting it to just get back up to $5. I sold some last night at 4. But I'm literally just wanting it to get back up to $5. I want to just unload my investment, and then I just keep the rest going. So it's like I'll get my, all my money back, and then I just let the rest ride and ride forever. Now, why would I do that? Well, just for the simple fact is I bought a lot, like enough to where it's made me not as leverageable, if that makes sense. So like, for instance, in Bitcoin, I would rather have a lot of that Bitcoin and be able to go into a ton of ICOs. Like I'm at the point where I already know I'm going to make killer amount of money at Orme, but I wouldn't mind maybe taking just a little bit of my Ormeus coins profits, because I am in profits even if I sold right now. And I've got some ICOs. I've got a card here sitting right here on my desk. And he will let us in for a buy. I just want to look a little bit more like it. I really love the concept of it. But I hung out with this guy for a couple nights. He's actually out of Vancouver, Canada. So I'm thinking we can get this at 35 cents in an ICO. But my point is, guys, is after talking to John, I also want to be getting into a few ICOs. Guys, it is just a crazy market out there, a crazy world. It's just... Honestly, guys, I mean, you got to get into Ormeus and you got to build a foundation. You got that. This is a company, guys. They don't talk like they're going to be around in 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. The lowest number of years I ever heard them say was 30 years. Okay, but like they're usually saying he's talking about your grandkids, as far as money having set aside from them because of where this is going and because we are in the infancy stage. He's like, I can't remember what number he's like said, but he's like, it's like buying Bitcoin at $100. do you think you would have made a good return right now? And that's where we are right now with Ormus. I mean, guys, just think about it. Just think about this for a minute. Just 2 weeks ago, a week before I went to Hong Kong, I seen it on here on cryptocurrency or wherever the hell I am at 40 cents. And I was going to buy, and I freaking pissed. Like there's no tomorrow that I didn't buy. The only reason I didn't buy is I told a certain somebody up in the company that, hey, I'm going to go buy. And they said to me, don't worry, I got you taken care of. Just wait till Hong Kong. And then it gets to 50 and 60 cents. And I said, don't worry, I got you covered. And while it ended up, I wasn't getting covered. And then while I'm sitting there, it goes to $2 and $4 and $5. Let's just say I was freaking livid, guys. Think about it. If I would have just spent 10 grand at 40 cents, what would I have had? 25,000 coins. Okay? 10 grand at 25,000 coins. Then if I would have sold those 25,000 coins for $5, what would that have been? $125,000 off of $10? Literally, 125 grand, just like that, in a matter of a week. So, yes, very unfortunate. Completely pissed, completely pissed. Oh, good. Rui, if I'm saying your name right, did buy it the 42 cents, but only $50 worth. Well, look at that, though. Your $50 just went up to 500, just like that. But anyways, guys, my point is it's just like Bitcoin. You get in here at 386 right now. It might be $4 later tonight. It may be 350 tonight. It's not the point. Do you have what it takes to go wait until tonight or wait for it to drop to $2 and instead it goes to 8 or 9 or 10? The fact is, no matter what, whether you're at 4, 2, 5, or 10, you're sitting in a lot of money when it comes up. You're better off getting in, getting a little. If you want, if it drops, fine. You just go buy more. Just go buy more. I mean, you can't lose with Ormus. But anyways, let me get back to here so I can breathe and try to get my throat going better here. Okay, awesome. Thanks. Okay, you're saying it perfectly. Awesome. Okay, good. If you only had 5K, oh, what a good question. If you only had 5K, how would you split it between Ormus, US, and altcoins? Oh, what a question. I will be honest with you and guys, you got to understand what I tell you in this webinar. I don't want you advertising it out there because it is different scenarios all the way around. But if I only had 5K, how would I split it up? I'm sorry, but I wouldn't go usi-tech. I wouldn't even buy any of the tokens. The tokens are of value if you can buy the bigger packs, guys. If you don't buy the bigger packs, there's a chance you can get screwed. What I mean by that is for me buying the big pack and for other people buying the biggest pack, it ends up where mine cost me 7.5 cents. Theirs cost them, I think, 3. So if it goes public at 50 cents and say a bunch of the big players all unload and drop that sumbitch to 10 cents, what happens to all the little guys that just bought the little bit package of tokens where they bought them at 50 cents? They're immediately at a loss and it may never rise again. That can happen. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm saying it can happen. So if I only have 5 grand with the information that we have now been given, the information that I have now seen and witnessed, and my private talks with John, here's what I'm doing. Let me just get my thinking straight real quick. I got to get the packages on Ormus in front of my face. So one sec. But good question. And shoot, sorry, Richard, I'm going to get back to this here. Let me just log in. You know what? I need to try to find my other account. Let me see if this gets me in. I got to go put in my addresses and stuff into the other accounts that I bought. Shit. All right, let me just log into my account so I can see. I'll be here all day. Because I got like Ormus coin and stuff sitting there that... Okay. Wow. Store. Yo, what the hell? Am I in my... Oh, shit. That's why. Let me log out. Sorry, guys. I logged into the old back office. It was saying I'm only a sterling silver. I'm like, oh, hells no. So one sec. There we go. I got to get that from my history. Get that damn site out of there. So it defaults all the time. All right. Let's go here. Shop. Excuse me. EU HF 8B. All right. So we got $5,000 in mind. $5,000 in mind. Only $5,000. Okay. Here's the thing. All right, here's what I do. What's your history? I mean, obviously, you don't have a history of. I just need to answer some questions because that's what I mean, guys. That's why you can't make this public. Like I usually have to tailor them. You're not. Are you somebody that normally can build a team of 100 people under you? Exactly. Okay. So here's what I would do. I would go in. I'd go into Ormeus at the $1,000 at the bronze level. I would then take $2,000 and buy Orme. So instead of going titanium, and guys, you can understand why you don't want to let this information out. This isn't information that makes me any money. Information that makes me money is saying, dude, you got to take $5,000 and you got to go buy silver and go hard and just plug freaking Ormeus like there's no tomorrow. But no, honestly, the best strategy, you buy bronze, take $2,000 and then go buy Orme. What that does is, if you were to go buy titanium, you just get 1% more. And if you're not a real big team builder, and look at reality, unless you just are at that position where you're just like, you know what, I am done living this way. I am going all in. Different story. But if you just know that, hey, I'm not really going to come out of my shell and build a big team. I'm going to try to build a team, but I'm a little shot, whatever. Your only difference, guys, is 1%. And then you get like a little bit more money in the traders. You get the same in the 2XB89. Let me show you this actually. Jeez, wrong window. I don't know why I'm looking at it on my other thing here. Okay, you get the same in the 2XB89. You get less in the 2X. I don't know what the hell that means now. Deposit. That's in the. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, what is it? $300 difference there. Short-term mining contract, you do get different, obviously, but it's your money. But I'll explain that in a minute. Ormeus, where's the coin? Free Ormeus coin, you get $100 worth. Free Ormeus coin here, you get $450. You're getting $350 free Ormeus coin, but guess what? We're already showing you you're going to spend that $2,000 into Ormeus coin, so you're already going to get more Ormeus coin. So my point is, if Ormeus coin, even right now, just gets to $10 at some point, you will have doubled your 2,000 to 4,000, which is, let me see, would it be more than here? Where's your Ormeus coin again? What the hell am I going blurry for? $450 with three. Yeah, so it's obviously more than what you would have got into here. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I would do. I would go 1,000 here, and then I would buy 2,000 Ormeus coin. Your fee's still waived for a year in both. Your binary cap, a big deal. If you hit that, then you have money to upgrade. Okay, so then the other $2,000, guys, honestly, I would mess around with altcoins and ICOs. Yeah, it's basically what I would like to do, because the simple fact is, I want you guys learning the business, not just. All right, I got to go back on my word here. I got to ask you one more question. Are you one that wants to learn the business? Are you wanting to learn trading, or are you only doing trading because you need to? Because I will tell you that if your answer is no, you don't really care to know everything. You would like to just, kind of have money work for itself and not really worry about it, then that's a different story. Then I'm probably going to tell you I would go in at the titanium at the $3,000 mark, and then at the $2,000 I would split up between Orme, and then I would spend the other $1,000 in ICOs, and then all I would do is just leave that and then work hard on your Ormeus, and just let Ormeus pay you money. That's what I would do. And then as you get money back in, just keep rolling it in, or if you get any more money. But that's kind of what I would do. But if you just really have a desire that you want to learn trading, and you want to understand what ICOs really are, and you have no problems, kind of in and out of the market, or having a trade last like 4, 5, 6 months in an altcoin, then I would do it the other way. So I hope that kind of answered. I just want you guys to understand everybody's scenario is different. For instance, if somebody just wants the easiest thing, then like the easiest thing, then I tell them, look, just go into Ormeus at $5,000 and then just build it. Put your freaking webinar link that I build you and just put it everywhere under the sun. Whenever you turn on your computer, don't even log into your damn Ormeus account. Get on everywhere under the sun, all of the social media sites, and just post your freaking link everywhere and build your team. Because I'm telling you guys, one thing people don't understand, you need 2 leaders. That's it. If you're under me, you need 1 leader, because I'm already building 1 line. So you literally need 1 leader to change your life. Get 1 leader that matches me. You've made a lot of money. And you're making it now at 9% commissions instead of the 7% commissions. So that's your 3 options that you guys got to weigh out for yourselves. But only you guys can answer that for the obvious reasons. Yeah. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to get to a point. It's not going to be overly hard to sell Ormeus. The more and more data that we have to just basically spit out there, guys, it's going to be a household name. There's no way around it. You're not going to hear in a few months, you're not going to hear mining Bitcoin ever without Ormeus coming into play. So it's one of those things. I know that question was all over, and it gave you really 3 answers, but you got to decide on that. What your 3 answers, what answers are yours? Okay. Yeah, Richard. So I actually watched that. I mean, honestly, I hated that video with a passion. I literally just really hated it. It was just like, the feeling that I got is like, guys, how dare you try to look at me as so uneducated type of thing. Like, I mean, it's like, it was so sales pitch. I mean, with their like sportscasters type view. And I mean, I was just, but out of respect to you, because you're an RU Elite member, I watched the whole freaking thing on the plane. I didn't make up my mind yet on it. And I actually have it on my list to go back in because, like I said, it's an ICO. I may dump just a little bit at it just to see what happens, because that's kind of where I am. So yeah, I do have it on my list to go back on it. It's currently being traded. Oh, really? Yeah, see, and I'm a sucker when stuff's that low, but why is it that low already? But yeah, I'm a sucker at that low. What's the code on that one, Richard? If you can give me the code real quick. All right, so anyways, I just want to finish this. I want to learn trade, but want something in the background that is more or less automated. Okay, then honestly, shit, they don't have a full time. Honestly, for that question, for you, yeah, I would do that then. I would go titanium, $3,000. I would put $1,000 in at least 5 ICOs, $200 a pop. And then the other 1,000 I would put over altcoins. And then that's it. If you have money down the road, buy 1 Bitcoin, even on credit card, and just keep it. Just let it sit there. Don't trade it. Don't trade it for the fear of losing it. Just keep it sitting there. Because, I mean, guys, like next year alone, we could see $25,000. And that's a damn good return. You go buy 1 Bitcoin right now at 8 grand, just let it sit and it turn into 25 grand. If any of your ICOs hit, I mean, you're golden, but now you've leveraged yourself out there so nicely. And then, like I said, I would just spam the hell out of my Ormeus link everywhere. That the link that I give you guys. So that's what I would do in your situation. I'd go 3 1-1. Okay. If you only had. Okay, wait. I did that. Okay, let me get on this one. Get done the trading real quick, and then we're gonna move on to your other stuff real quick. It'd be great if you could go over that. Okay, so trade lines. Now, my two computers, when I have them sitting here, I leave them on, one of them on 5 minute and one of them on 1 minute. Okay, now I go a lot off of the 15 minute when I'm looking for a trend line. Okay, but I also go on the 5 minute. For instance, guys, let's just look right here. You can kind of see trends going up. Trends still going up. Even when it dipped right here, okay, you're still on an uptrend. 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 Well, if you keep drawing your line, so I'm going to zoom in right here because we can tell this is where it broke out. So every time it goes, so even right here, let me just do it while it's big like this for now. Okay, so every time it's going on a breakout, you're always drawing your tops and then you know it breaks out. But when you're worried about it breaking down, you always draw your bottom lines. Okay, you would have already drawn your tops. Let me move that. Okay, yeah, see, so there's no other top there. So you would have drawn, say, a top here. Normally I'll color them. Okay, so your top is right here, but you've seen it was still breaking out, or still just kind of flagging out, but it was flagging out at an increase. Don't let that flagging out at a small increase like that fool you. What are we at here, time frame? We have $200. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. $100, okay. So see, you really only have, you were fluctuating here $50. So don't, just because that's a slow uptake, I wouldn't bet the farm on it, but I would still enter, but I would enter and immediately put a stop loss. And unfortunately, what I actually do in here, guys, when I'm in a flag and I just feel like getting in, and I know it's already kind of going up and it's dipping and it's doing all this stuff, I will buy in at a low. And once it goes up at least just even 10, I'll immediately just set a trail stop at minus 10. So right now it sets the buy at where I bought in. All right. And then when it jumps back up, if it just happens to keep coming down, I can still make a little bit of profits. It's not really, really worth it. But if you're just one that likes to sit and watch it, you can do that stuff. But you want to wait until you get your breakout. Now, obviously, when this came up to here and it came down to here, because it came out, but it didn't really break, and then it came down to here, then you take this and you just move it because you got a new one. But you still look at it because this high was still higher than this high. So it's still a really good point to go off of. Well, now you can see we broke out here. And now we broke out. So boom, get in right here. I mean, this is your get in zone. It already broke out here. It came back down. And then, let me go back to where that was. So about right here. So here's what happens, guys. It broke out. It came back down low. It broke out high. It came back down, stayed on top of this line. That's when you know there's a good chance that you're coming from a breakout. But even still, what I do is I will still move this over to here. I want that new breakout. And then when it breaks out, it's gone. Well, now you guys, you're still in it. And you shouldn't have sold here. Okay, now this is where it gets tough. So this is actually a really good example. Because as you guys can see right here, that you're on an uptrend, okay? So you're keeping on going. And this one still went up. You still had a higher peak here. So it came down here. You're still expecting a higher peak here. But while you're messing around in here, you need to still be drawing your bottoms. You don't draw your top here because your top goes upwards. You don't draw that. You just don't need to. So you would draw your bottom right here. So we would have taken a line. And it's going to be the same no matter what. But anyway, so here's your two bottoms. Okay, now you're expecting this to hit. So once it came back up here, I immediately will draw that line. And now it's starting to come up. But see how it stops there? And then it breaks. Now, the reason this is actually a good line, because even at this point here, it's basically the same. It's the same scale. All right, so anyways, and then when it breaks out here, boom, this is sell time. Right here is sell time. And so you bought in right here, say anywhere in here, you sold here, you made a profit. Okay, now it looks small on the screen, guys, but I mean, that would have been a profit. If you sold out there at 82.17, say bought in right here. So you're Yeah, it's $140 increase that you bought in and then sold out. All right. But what happened is you sold out, you stopped this loss. And this isn't where you make your money, is on these little guys, even though you make money there, which is great. But you make money here. You watch this. You don't be a sucker and buy right here. If you guys notice, every time it drastically drops, almost every damn time, it will come back up and test, let you know. And if it doesn't come all the way the hell back up, stops here and goes down, you know you're on for another ride. This is where you buy on those rides. Now, what happened is it came up to here, it came down to here, it tested. Boom, it went back up, it stopped, it tested. It's now testing this line. This is where you buy. And don't be scared that it's going to drop again, because it can. Sometimes we'll get our little 3 drops, but that don't matter. You're still in at a good buy. You still had some resistance here. Buy in at half of what you normally go in at. And then when it starts to go and it starts to break up into here, then you could go double down if you want, and that'll put your price right into here. And now you're just up here sitting into here, and then you watch that trend again. Now, guys, this is on the 5-minute time frame, but I knew I was going to get the reactions that I needed to get to draw the lines. But for instance, we can take these lines and we can put them anywhere. So see, when you draw that line, everything's riding high on that line, but it drops right here. It comes up. It tests that line. Oh, shit, no, you need to get out. And then, boom, it came back down, and then we don't know where it went after that. Oh, it's currently where we're sitting. All right, so that's on a smaller time frame. But as far as for trend lines, I will always just zoom out first of all, and I will look at this, okay? So like right now, you can zoom out here, and you can see higher points, just higher points, instead of these little guys, and say we're still on an uptrend. But guess what? We're not right now. So now is where I would start to see what your trend is, and it's going to tell us where this goes. If this keeps going higher, fine. But if this stops, say anywhere right here, when we got a little bit downtrend, I would expect another retrace down to 8,000 before we come back up again. But I'll always come to 15 minutes. Clear these drawings in a sec. Hopefully it gives me this. Oh, really? Come on now. Refresh it real quick. Yeah, this really sucks. But let me go to 15 minutes first if it'll let me. Okay. Okay, so now we're on the 15-minute time frame. And I'm telling you guys, if you get like the overall trend, you're a little bit able, it's a little bit easier to play the smarter trades, to know, you know what, yes, we just had a dip and I'm thinking of getting in, but yet when I zoom out, we're still kind of on a downtrend. We just happen to do a nice big rise, okay? But you're still on a downtrend, so you want to rethink your strategy. What the hell is this green line? Yeah, let's remove them all for now. Oh, I just had, oh, that's old stuff in there. Okay, I just asked you to remove all. Are you going to? All right, at least we got that out of there. Let me get these out real quick. Okay, now on the 15-minute, you can see the downtrend. Overall, we're still on an uptrend, right? Guys, this is where you want to be. One other little thing I do is I always have a buy sitting in stupid low for this exact reason. This is that one that went to 73.50. Now, this is why I needed a new trading computer, because I had one in here at 74.50, but it was still amending. And this, for 1 second, jolted down to 350 and came back up. My thing appeared back when it was already 75.50. I was freaking pissed, because then it immediately just jumped all the way up to $6,500. It would have been the fastest money I made because of that. But so what I always do is I always set in a buy low. Yes, it's a little risky, but I don't ever set it a stupid big buy. I set it a buy that no matter what happens, I'm easily able to buy myself out of it. But I like it in there because it lowers my average, and you never know when you're going to, get something stupid like that and be able to take an advantage of it. All right. But anyways, what I do here is I will watch the cloud. All right. So you go into here, and what you're going to do is you're going to do an indicator and search right here to Ichimoku cloud. Ichimoku cloud. Come on, did it go? Yeah, it went. Okay, so there it is in there, but you have to change the settings, guys. You can't just use it. It's set up for like Forex trading. Unbelievable. Okay, so then all you do is right click on it, hit format, and your inputs. You want, what was it? 20, 60, 120, 30. And if you watch, the cloud's going to move. See? So now this is for Bitcoin. So there's two indications that I will use on it. First of all, you sell above the cloud, you buy at the bottom of the cloud. Okay, so you buy the dips when you're into the cloud and you sell above. And you can see we're basically sitting upwards all the time. When you're into the red, when you're on a downtrend, you can still make money at it, but you sell down here and you buy above. And it's just a really good indicator of where you're headed. Like for instance, when you have it come down and touch and then bounce up, see, like right now, yeah, well, we're still messing around with it. Did I do those settings right? Something's looking a little weird. Just one sec here. But I will actually go quite a bit. Like I said, I have my 1 minute, my 5 minute, because my 1 minute tells me just exactly what's happening. The 5 minute gives me a little bit more of an average. When I'm actually looking to really study the charts into where we're going, I look at the 15 minute for this aspect, and then I look at the stochastic RSI for long-term stuff. So it's the same indicator, like same button there. You just come down here, stochastic RSI. What this does is this just tells you where the money's going. Now, this is not as useful in the shorter time frame, so understand that. But when you double click on it, you can see we just crossed over here at the 15 minute. What that means is, see, this blue has now come over and crossed past that red. All right, when that happens, look what happens. You usually are going to go down. See, when it crosses over, you're headed down. So it can still do what here, though. If you look here, it crossed over, but then it recoursed back up. Okay, so don't go panicking on it. This is less reliable in these small time frames. So almost never look at it. Almost never look at it, to be honest with you, in a smaller time frame. But where this pays off is 6 hours and above. Oh, man, you better change over for me. All right, I'm ordering a laptop today. Another one. Son of a bee. It's only with BitMEX too, but the other trading charts just aren't as easy to. I just love this one. Come on. All right, let me try just 12 hours. This isn't even funny. What was I on? 15? Well, at least get me back there, and we'll just pretend. Oh, brother. All right, let's try it one more time. Okay, let's go to 6 hour real quick, if it'll let us. Okay. So 6 hours shows us coming back up. If you see this right here, we've just crossed over, but in the positive. So we came down to top. Now, guys, we can ride this top for weeks. So you're okay when you're fluctuating. It's when you're headed straight down into here, you know you're on a serious downtrend. And so wait for it. Just wait for it to come down here, until it comes out of here and crosses over. But as you can see right here, we just crossed over. So with that meaning, in a 6 hour time frame, let me just close this out now. So now, oh, this is from another drawing I did for you guys. Let's just get some of this out of here and see where we're at. I hope you guys are making money on some of those signals because they've been like spot on. I mean, obviously it may dip like $100 lower or whatever, but still the buy-in points have been awesome. So you can see we did actually come down and we tested that into here. But now we're still back up and we're still above that same time frame into here. We're still on, when we're looking at a 6-hour cloud, guys, we are still going up. Yeah, see, so that's the only problem. So what I would do, you know what, for me, what you should do is you should move this line down to here. How long would this have been? This was only 1 day. Yeah, I'm leaving it there, and for the fact it's only going to make it more of a cautious trade for you. Because if you move it down to here, it's a little bit easier to stay above that trend line. So I just leave it right here, and that way when you know you're above it, you're still trending up at a really good rate. And then when you're coming down to touch, just understand, don't base it on touching and bouncing off until you move this line back down to here. But your higher time frames are what's going to tell you really where we're headed longer term. Which, guys, right now we're literally looking to 11 grand. Let me just do one more thing here. Okay, so this is on the 1 day. You can definitely see the 1 day going down, even though we have a retrace. The retrace wasn't even that much. Say we'll just go to there. Yeah, that was only right there. It wasn't even a 50%. It was only a 38% retrace. Well, you know what? It was a 50%. It did touch. So yeah, 50% retracement, which, guys, FYI, 50% used to be what you expected. Now with the amount of money in, you get a little bit more people in there with fear. And so when it retraces, we see a lot more 62% retracements nowadays. So just so you know, whether that sticks to be that, right now we're not as volatile, but we were starting to get a little bit more aggressive on the retracing. That's only because you got way more people in this game with fear and they don't understand trading. So anyways, we're on the 1 day. Guys, if you ever can't move that down, just adjust these numbers real quick. And then it allows you to move it down. It kind of like freezes up and locks. So to be 100% accurate, this is what you do. You lower this back down to here. You got to put that up there. As you guys can see, we're still very, very impulsive. So you would definitely, when you see signals like this, you don't short. Like, I don't even care if you're on the 5-minute time frame and it looks like it's going down. Don't short. I mean, you're just crazy because you're fighting the trend. And it's very, very hard to get out of a trade. You got to have a lot of balls and be lucky to get out of a trade if you're going against the trend and you get in it bad. For instance, if you did a short right here, okay, and you went down, it went down to here. Say right here, you're like, oh, damn, look at, well, this is hard to explain because it's 1 days. These would actually have been okay shorts because for days we went down. But let's just say we weren't on the 1 day time frame. But this is what the 1 day showed. But now we're on the 5 minute or something, and you see it's boom, boom, boom. You're like, oh, let me get in for a quick short. You get in down here and it comes back up. Like, look at this. You're never coming out ahead. And you may not come ahead again until we hit 11 grand. And you may never, ever get out ahead because we're on an uphill trend. You just don't ever go against the trend. It is really, really risky unless you're going to do really micro trades. And what I mean by that is, and again, you shouldn't do it, but let's just go, got to get us in. I usually sit, guys, on the $20 window. I like it $20 apart when I'm on the 5 and the 1. Should have moved it earlier, but 1 sec. We'll get there in a minute or 10. Let me get this out of there. I definitely don't need this. I can move more down. Okay. So, for example, I shouldn't even be showing you this. Guys, just don't ever do it. But I mean, like, whoops. When you zoom out like this, when you zoom out, you got to kind of go down like that. When you're actually playing in a downtrend, even on the 5, you guys can see you can get in and out. But when you do this, you got to be smart about it. Okay, so you understand, you drew your line here. We broke that line. Okay, now if you drew that line, it goes up like this. Okay, we broke that line. We came back up. We touched the bottom of it. We came back down. We came up. We touched the bottom. We came down. We came up. We touched that bottom. We never bypassed that line. Then we came down. So where am I now? Boom. Okay, so then we came down here. So yeah, this is a buy. Okay, but now you guys are. My point is, when you go against a train, you got a lot more fear in. You guys would have got fearful right here, but as you guys can see, you knew it bounced and hit the line, bounced and hit the reverse line. Let me just draw the line in there real quick so you guys understand. So actually, if you notice, come on, okay. Okay. So we came down, we broke, we didn't break much, but then we broke and we stayed down here. And so you're thinking, oh, this could run with it. And a lot of people would get in and buy there. And this is where when you're going against a trend, you're scared and you're going to get out. You want to wait and see when it comes back up. And yes, if you miss it and it just comes all the way down here, okay, so what? You missed it. You know what? That's it. Who cares? You'll find another one. But look, in more times than not, you won't miss it. So see, it comes back up, it hits, comes back down, comes back up, hits, comes back down, comes back up, hits, comes back down. And now you're like, okay, it's just going to come back up and hit again. And then it doesn't. It stops right here. Okay, buy on a short. Just set a stop limit and be willing to lose $10 on the short. But you buy right there and then you could sell the short. And then just keep riding the short. And don't back out when it comes back up until it comes up to there. Because once you break a trend, there's usually going to be a drastic, not all the times, but there's going to be a drastic. And so, like I said, where did we say you bought in? You bought in right here at 8,300. And then boom, comes all the way back down here at 800. You could have had a nice little short. But guys, one thing about shorting, and I really want you guys to understand, I'm not telling you to short. But one thing about shorting is the reason you can make quick gains is because you have people's fear playing in. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why you get like longer, faster lines. Like, do you see any green line on this whole screen as tall as this red line? Or as tall as this downswing? For instance, in this whole area, you don't see a $360 downswing. We don't go up anywhere, 358 or whatever I said, 350 or 380, anywhere in here. And that's just the fear thing. It takes longer to rise usually than to come down. That's the benefit of the shorts. But if you're going to short against the grain, look out, Nelly, because if you get in, you got to have a lot of balls. And what I mean by that is if you get in, say here, let me pick what would be a scenario. So say you got a downtrend. You're just thinking we're just going down to the moon. And so say you get into here and you go down, but you don't sell. And now you came up to here and now we're way up here. We're past your number. You've got to be willing to buy in more, to double down on a short, knowing that, hey, you're still going to have your retracements. And guys, by then, it's just a freaking guessing game. It's a bad place to be. I'm in it. I've been it. Well, not so much anymore, but I used to get in them. And I would get out of my shorts. But I've learned, guys, my lesson is I don't fight the trend. So to back up, look at the trend. Come on, you piece of junk. Oh, wait, we're on the 5-minute time lane. Anyways, you guys know what I meant. Just zoom basically out and look at the trend. And then that's going to tell you kind of what's up. So what is the trend telling me? All right. We got a higher high here. Not as high or high here, but look at our low is still higher than here, which is still higher than this low. So we're still on an uptrend. And when you just zoom out for the kind of the bigger picture. So I'm definitely, and then of course, when you have our signals telling us, look, you know, we're going to fluctuate a little bit above 8 grand. We won't, well, I think the last one was like, we shouldn't have any big waves, but, you know, we're on our way to hitting 11 grand. I mean, then obviously, guys, short should not even be in the picture. Anyways, I hope some of that's made sense to you guys. That was supposed to be the quick and short of it. And then I get rambling because, guys, what I suggest you do is just always draw your lines. Always draw your bottoms. Always draw your tops. Your tops always have to come in a down fashion. You don't ever draw a top up here. You're not waiting for that. That's not a trend line. You draw them on your bottoms. Okay, you find out, look, we broke through. We came back up. We touched that trend line. Okay, we're going to go down for a bit. So now we're going down. And now, well, this isn't accurate because this is, what, 1:30. So this doesn't give me within an hour on this computer. So I don't know where we are now. Let me see real quick. We're at 82.37. Yeah, see, so we're up here again. So, I mean, we might be climbing out of it. This might have been, this might have been our low for right now. We might climb back up here, and then we'll see where that high goes. Let me just zoom out a little. See, so we're actually, dude, stop moving. I'm not even touching my mouse there. We're like right here right now. So now what we need to see is does our new high pass this high? If it stops a little bit lower of it, well, then we're still on a downtrend. Okay, even though if you draw these lines right here, we came out here and we've touched, but we're coming up here. So there's a good chance. So I would definitely be staying on your buys and then see where it stops. Right now, we could have a jump. We could take us up to say 84, 8,500. Because if you draw your line here, even though this is on the 5-minute time frame, I would go confirm this with another time frame as well. But as you can see right here, we broke out. Dude, come on. And then we came back down. We didn't surpass it. And we're staying up here. And now we're actually up to here. So this is showing me that we've broken out. And if we go make a higher high than here, I don't think we'll stop at 83. We may take off to the next level. Anyways, guys, that's just how you kind of safe bet your trades. And always do a trail stop. Always, always, always do a trail stop when you're doing your trading. Or not I mean, a stop limit or a trail stop, one of the two. Make sure you always have something in there for security for a massive dump. Because, guys, you want the massive dumps. This is what people don't understand. I love the massive dumps. I just make sure that I'm ready for them. Why do I love the massive dumps? Because then you got a damn good price. Because all of our larger time frames show that we're still headed upwards. So a massive dump means, boom, I get a nice price and get to go ride another 500 or 1,000 gain. So I actually like the dumps because it just gets you into a big price to where you still know where we're headed. It's just like buying in now, for instance, there's a lot riskier, say, than if we just did a whole dump down to 7,900 and then show a breakthrough here, then boom, you buy in. Why? Because, we're going to be, we said, the chart's showing that we're going to be fluctuating between 80 to 100 and higher and on our way to $11,000. So when it does a dump to 79, it's just the big boys, guys, that coming in and wiping all the margin calls out. If you guys notice when we have a big dump, you'll see a lot of red numbers in here, and that's just people that get liquidated. And that's all they're doing. They just get people liquidated and just a kind of clean slate and then go. All right, enough about that. Let's thank you for your honest answer. You're more than welcome. There's a lot more to it than the video shows. I kind of agree with you on the video. Too flashy and not enough content to evaluate what they want trying to do. Yeah, so that's the point. And that's, of course, why the company doesn't want that video out there. However, with that video, guys, you got to understand, they expect to crush all those numbers. And in the shorter time frames, they already are. So, excuse me. Guys, I can't say enough about RMS. I mean, I've never had the confidence in a company like I had that's been backed by stats. And not only that, it's been backed by experts in the industry. Normally, experts don't talk about companies for the simple fact, they know like when I was questioning Bob about certain companies, he didn't want to trash on the companies out of respect, but I ended up getting two. So I don't need details. I just want to know if I have a lot of money in them, are they mining? And with one of them, he confirmed they're mining. They're not mining to the capacity that we're being led to their mining, but he can tell that they're trying to. But they're also definitely needing the user's money to do it. Okay? And that's like the next best company going as far as this industry in this aspect of it. So when you have a company like Ormias that literally doesn't need us, doesn't need our damn money, that they're mining their money and their trading and their bot does everything, creates this millions, already makes it $1 billion company, headed to $1 trillion company. And now us members are just in it. It just makes that much more profitable. One other thing I should note. So you got to ask the question, guys, if they make this kind of money um, on, if they make this kind of money, oh, sorry, I got a comment that threw me off. If they're making this kind of money with the bot, with the trading, with the what the hell do they need us for, right? That's a really smart question, right? If you go study the past of John, you'll see who John is. And John's not like that. John does not take all the money for himself. He literally is there to help the world. For instance, another thing that he got in before, this Bob guy, he had actually went to John and was asking him about something to help. Because remember, John was with IM Marketing. So asking about marketing or something. What John did is not only did he get involved, he got involved, but also helped over 30,000 kids. I can't remember what they did for them, whether it was food or buildings. But he did it, and with building that for those kids, like he is one that likes to give back and to go. And of course, so that would explain why we get all of our stuff. Ormius is actually still doing that stuff, building it with Ormius, but that's just who he is. He has a track record of it. And so that would answer the question as to, well, why do they need it? Okay, you're saying I'm talking about, oh, not Ormius. Okay, oh, you're talking about that video. Yeah, right. I kind of agree with you on the video. It's too flashy. It's not enough content. It's just too much fluff. I mean, if you notice when the guys are talking in that video, when they get to the stuff where it starts to pique my interest, then they pull away and go to those two yahoos at the front. Yeah, John. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, dude, I mean, it was literally really painful for me. I'm not saying that makes it a bad deal. I'm telling you what, anything at 4 cents that has one guy, some guys backing it, there's a chance you can make money. There's a chance that it's just a hype thing for that 4 to jump to 50 cents and then boom, plummet and be dissolved. So, I mean, watch it. Again, though, this is one of those things, dudes, guys, where I would do a John method on it. If you're going to buy in at 4 cents, well, when that thing gets to, 10 cents, sell off double what you put in and just keep the rest and let it ride. And if it gets to $20, yay, you're a bazillionaire. It doesn't hurt. So, yeah, it's not a bad play. I will probably actually just go on there and buy some right now just because 4 cents. I mean, come on. I'm telling you guys, think about it. People go out and buy lottery tickets all freaking day long and week after week, or they play. I'm in Vegas. They go to even the 7-Elevens and play slot machines and these little video poker games all day long. And they throw. I mean, come on, dude. These guys are idiots. Oh, my goodness. I just had an idea. I need to go train these idiots. I mean, I call them idiots because these ones that go in like 7-Elevens, I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. I watch them. Payday, the machines are busy. They literally put their checks into these machines. It is unbelievable. But I just had an idea. I need to market to them. Well, wait, how would that benefit me? Well, anyways, it would help them out. But literally, guys, instead of putting their money in those machines, go put them into ICOs. Create a bunch of stupid millionaires. And then see where our problems come to. But no, I'm not kidding you. Think about it. You're never going to go put $1,000 into one of these video machines and make $1 million. But you could put $1,000 into an ICO and make $1 million. Dude, I think I'm onto something in this city. Anyways, that's for another topic. So anyways, I'm kind of back here looking at the charts. So we'll see. We're getting pretty close. But remember I told you I set a top? I have a top right now set at 82.98. I had it set at like 83.20 last night. It went up to like 83 and didn't tag me. It went all the way back down or whatever it was. I was like 10 above it, so it was unfortunate. Because then I could have made the money twice now today, but instead I'm still chasing that high. But it looks like we might get there. Anyways, guys, I hope I've answered some of your questions. I'm going to look into this, Richard, and if I like it, I may put it out as a signal to you guys. I'll just definitely put a disclaimer in it. I'm going to look more into it, but the fact that it's just trading at 4 cents, I mean, guys, it's not a bad buy. I watched the video. I didn't like the video. It doesn't mean I didn't like the content. I mean, just the fact that the one dude was under it. It may be a wild card, like I said. It may just be like a hit and run, meaning it's going to go up, but it's going to be short-term lived, and if you're not ready there. But FYI, guys, you can be ready for trades and stuff like that without being there or being in the know. So for instance, you buy something at 4 cents, why not sell half at 10? You can literally put the sell order in now and just let it sit there. If it gets to 10, it sells half your money. You got your money out. Who cares now the rest? Just let it ride. Then, and once it sells, now start paying attention to see, what do I do with the rest? If it jumps to 20 cents, do I sell some, or is this going to the moon? Um, and it still doesn't hurt to still have a couple more sell orders in there, like at $2 or something like that. Because when they're that low, guys, if you get one guy that comes in, depending what their circulation is, if you get one person to come in to buy, spend like 5 Bitcoin in there, it'll send a spike. He'll have to buy at a higher price, but it'll send that spike for that second. If you have your sell order, you'll get tapped, like it'll hit you. And then you just make money at it. But anyways, lots of fun. All right. Yeah, do me a favor, Richard. Send me something. Like, are you able to do videos? Like, just do a screen test and just give me like a 5-minute rundown of it. Sell me on it real quick. I'm going to buy some, but maybe you can convince me to buy more of it. But, yeah. Yeah, thanks, bud. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on to this webinar. Sorry it still ended up going 2 hours, but hopefully there's some content in here for you guys. Guys, the more you get involved, what happens is the little bit more conservative you're probably going to get. So you want to hear one other comment John said, and it kind of goes against that. But guys, I'm here for you to make money. I don't want you guys losing money. But when you get money, one other thing that John said is he gets in and out of trades. His longest trade he's ever, ever done, but he made this comment. The longest trade he's done in a long time is 11 days. He doesn't like them running out, and especially with Bitcoin. And he's trading Bitcoin, he gets in, boom, gets out. So like I'm saying, trade on the low, get out on the high. If you know it's going to 85 and you're getting in at 75, and it jumps up to 78 and starts to retrace, get out at the 78. Take that $300 profit. Yes, you may only get back in at the 76, but you got in $200 lower than you were at before. Instead, you could just sit and go 75, 78, 75, 78 all day long. And if you don't sell at 78, you made no money in all 3 or 4 of those waves. And yet, yeah, you finally made it to 8 grand, but you made it there over, 7, 8, 9 days where you could have like 5 or 6 pretty substantial wins. So no, he goes big like that. Like he doesn't do the small trades. He just goes in, you set your stop losses, you buy in at the right times. Obviously his software does his stuff, but then when he's on his personal accounts, but when he's committed to go in and buy, and he goes in and buys, and then he takes those rides and then he sells on those tops, but he goes in and out on trades. He says it's a volatile market. So, you're going to make a lot more money in and out. So if whatever that means to you guys, you can take it for what it is. All right, guys, thanks for coming on to this webinar. For anybody else or for any other questions, wait till next webinar. I do have on my list to put into the back office of Are You Elite a questionnaire place. So you guys will see when it's in there. Oh, it looks like we're going to hit my sell here in another $10. See, so that was just a good deal. $290 increase. Yeah, so that's all right. So see, I'm not going to get greedy. Yes, we could still jump all the way to 87. But I've already set this one. I'm just going to forget it, guys. I find that when I think it's going up and I try to drag it a little higher to get a little bit greedy, I usually end up missing it and it starts retracing on me. So I just learned, screw it, set it. It's a good win. I leave it at that. Anyways, yeah, so I'll have a spot in there. And it's just for those of you that can't come to the webinar. I'll still answer your questions in it, and then you guys can watch the replay. So. Oh, hey, you never sent me the code. Hey, Richard, what's the code for that coin? Real quick. Before I get off here so I can go look at it. Let me shut this down. Oh, shoot, I forgot to look what it was. Maybe it stayed the same. 3.86? Is that what it was? I don't know now. Dang it, I forgot to look. Okay, good. Let me just copy that down real quick. All right, guys, thanks for coming on this webinar. I'll have the replay posted hopefully sometime tonight. And we'll see you on tomorrow's webinar. Make sure you advertise, guys, everywhere. Have everybody come on tomorrow's webinar. So a lot of people think it's going to cancel. because it's Thanksgiving. But hey, why? All right, guys. See you then.